hate you. Not you, the character.
That's an important distinction to make.
Thank you. I shouldn't say that. I hate you.
So my question's pretty simple. Well, kind of. So, as far
Let
as
me be the judge of that.
yeah, I hope. Yeah.
Simple or not.
Who knows, right? So, as far as Naruto is concerned, how did the character itself kind of help you build as a person? Like, how did you grow as an individual?
With the character?
Yeah.
I just grew really old and fatter.
Well, like, did it help?
Other than that, no. I think I was inspired by his sort of, can-do spirit. It's like, that's my Nindo, my ninja way, which I've said 1,000 times. And I think what happened is I started going to conventions all over the world, and apparently Naruto is huge in India and Pakistan. Who knew? But people would tell me how they were inspired, right, by Naruto, and that kind of really made me appreciate the character very much more. And I never phone things in. I tried to never phone things in. And I've seen some anime. I don't watch anime, really, but I've seen some stuff that's kind of seems phoned in. It's done quickly. And I'm not dissing the actors or anything, but it seems like it's done quickly and cheaply. And I will say that in this franchise of Naruto, that is not what they did. They cast excellent actors. They take a lot of time changing the scripts and making them not sound so, we call it sound Japanesey, which is like the literal translations sound very, well, they sound literal and forced and that. But they didn't do that with Naruto, and that was a conscious decision not to do that. And also a conscious decision not to really do stuff like roll our R's and stuff like that. So it was distinct from other anime. I don't know if I answered your question because I can't remember it anymore, but thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
If you could voice one character, if you had to voice a character that wasn't Naruto from Naruto, who would it be?
Choji. He eats constantly. Yeah. I don't know why I love that character, but I do. Lately I've been doing a lot in Boruto with Shikamaru. And Shikamaru is played with a friend of mine from 30 years ago that I met. I lived in Minneapolis for several years doing stand-up and theater, and I played his wife in something. And then years later, I'm like, what's up, dude? Kind of weird. But he also taught me the box step, if you're interested. But yeah, I'm kind of getting a little more into Shikamaru because in Boruto, I talk to him a lot more. But I'll say Choji. Thank you.
Howdy.
What's up?
So, kind of like outside of Naruto, when Lab Rats was still a thing, I watched that a lot.
Thank you.
And I absolutely loved your character.
It was awesome.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying I was awesome. The character was awesome.
Well, you're awesome too. Come on. But that show was something that I grew up just watching and enjoying over and over and over again.
Yeah, it doesn't get old.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
I still rewatch it now.
Me too.
And I can definitely say that Principal Pear was definitely my favorite character.
Thank you so much. I was supposed to do one episode of Lab Rats. And it was it wasn't the pilot. I wasn't in the pilot. I've never seen the pilot. Let me text the producer. No, but I did it was episode 1. And you want an inside story?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm supposed to do one episode, you guys, in Lab Rats. Lab Rats was on Disney, and now it's on Disney Plus, which I had to pay for. What?
Oh, that's not fair.
I know, it doesn't matter. So I got the part, and I was like, oh my God, I'm perfect for this, right? And I think the description was like Jane Lynch type, and I've worked with Jane a lot, well, not a lot, on several projects. And
More than probably most of us have worked with her.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like a live show, and then I did a great show that went nowhere. It was on Lifetime. That's why. Because it was a comedy on Lifetime, and nobody watches it. They just want murder, like murdering women on Lifetime, which I'm totally into, by the way. Anyway, so the part said she roller skates in, right? I'm like, I'm not a roller skater. So I said to my agents, I said, of course I'm gonna audition. I can't roller skate. I've tried. Like I tried ice skating several times. I grew up overseas, so like every year I'd go with my friends in high school to the Olympic Stadium in Munich, and they forced me to drag me around the rink for one. Like, and I just went, I'm dying. Stop it. So I said, I can't roller skate. Just let them know. They're like, that's not a problem. Okay. I go in. I audition. Then I got a call back, right? Which is when you go to producers, the director, sometimes network people, the writers. And before they were like, oh yeah, they loved you, come back. And I was like, okay, I don't roller skate. I can't roller skate. And, oh, don't worry, it's not a problem. So I did it, and they loved me, and they cast me, and I said, when they cast me, I was super excited because the part was really funny. And I said, I don't roller skate, you know that, right? And they're like, yeah, not a problem. I get to the set, and the first day, we do a table read, which is you sit around the table, read the script with the other actors. And then we did a quick rehearsal, kind of. And then they said, okay, now you're gonna meet Rex, who's the stunt coordinator, and he's gonna teach you how to roller skate. Oh wait, before that, they said, you should try it. So I bought a pair of roller skates. And for the entire weekend, I have a house with a long hallway. I would just crash up and down the house, slamming into the walls. And my dog was going nuts. It's like, why are you moving so fast? And I spent all weekend in a panic, like a heavy panic. And so I get there, and then they said, okay, he's gonna teach you how to roller skate. And I'm like, good luck. And I did it for 2 hours, and I'm like, I can't roller skate. And they're like, that's all right, you don't have to do that.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So it's funny, like I think if they just like you, and they liked me, so they then started writing for the character, and I did 70 episodes or something like that. But it was really fun. Thanks for liking it, I appreciate you.
Oh, of course, thank you.
Speaking of lab rats, obviously you were in it a lot. I was wondering what was your favorite moment, like recording lab rats?
One of the episodes I loved was, you know who Leo is? The character Leo? So, we had an episode where I was locked in an elevator with him. And so I didn't tell anybody, but as I did the scene, and you know, sometimes it's broken up, I would just get slowly closer and closer to him. So then, like, we'd start at a normal distance. Exactly. And then we'd say some words. Exactly. And some more words. Exactly. But eventually, I literally was almost on his lap. No, don't do that. But, like, so he was trying not to break. And I just kind of snuck over. And then I asked the director without telling him, I was like, can I have like a candy bar or something? So I just whipped out a candy bar, and I think in the episode I offer him some, and I'm like, nah, and then I ate it. That was really fun. Also, when I thought I was in space, but I wasn't, it was really fun. And then one of my other favorites was, I think it was a Halloween episode, but I asked the director, and I said, can we act like it's Law and Order, SVU, for an interrogation scene with the children? And they're like, yeah. And so I said, you know, kind of like dim lighting in a, you know, a raunchy room with a table and a hanging light. So they did it, and the lighting was awesome. But I didn't tell the kids where I was coming at them from. So the director knew, and they were on it, right? So they would think I was coming from this door of the gym, I think it was. But I would show up here, and I'd get right in their face and scream. And I did the, what's his name? Vincent D'Onofrio thing, where he's like, when did you find out? His head's always sideways, which is stupid and weird, but, and those kids lost it every time. If you look at that episode, you can see, especially Kelly, the girl, Bree, she's laughing at the end of it. They could never get a clean take. And it was delicious. Thank you.
So back to Naruto.
Thank God. No. We're so bored, shut up.
I do love lab rats though.
Okay.
So in Boruto, there's this scene where Naruto's like, oh wait, I never actually became a Chunin. I'm still a Genin, even though I'm literally the Hokage in charge of the entire village.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just wondering, was that like a conscious thing, or was that like, oh, I just realized he's not actually a Chunin yet?
That's news to me. What episode was it?
I think it's like the end of the Chunin exams Boruto arc. Or
Okay.
maybe it's the end of the episode where Kakashi is undercover interviewing people.
Wow, I don't know. Boruto has been very spread out for me. I did it 2 days ago and I did episode 180. But they don't give us copies of the show. So I watch it when you watch it, right? I guess I should buy the box set, I guess. But so that's funny. I'm sorry I don't recall that, but I'm gonna look it up now. You stumped me, which is great. Thank you.
What's your favorite jutsu?
Shadow Clone Jutsu! It ain't sexy jutsu. Because it's weird.
Okay, hold on. I gotta ask you though. Okay, so you do this audition for Naruto, right? They're like, he's a 15-year-old ninja. You're like, okay, I can do this. I got this.
Well, no, he started way younger.
You're correct. You would know better than I would.
I hope.
And then you get that first episode, that pilot, and you get to his first sexy no jutsu.
Yeah.
What's going through your head?
Kill me.
I sure hope I don't do 700 episodes
Of that. I did the voice and the laughing when I hear it. It's horrific.
I'm ready.
All she does is giggle, right? Yeah. And they're like, stop it. Stop it. Stop doing that noise. Sound like you're stabbing a baby. Sorry, I was the baby being stabbed.
And then you get to the end of the episode and there's a whole harem of
Grosser.
it's crazy.
That's some weird crap.
And then they made 700 episodes.
700 episodes. Literally, I tried, and I was like, I don't think this is gonna go well. This voice? Yeah. I mean, that'd be your nightmare. That is not sexy, people.
I think that's some great ASMR. I'd listen to that.
Perv.
700 episodes. Sorry about that. I wanted to take us on a gross detour. You're up.
No, I love it. They just said, literally, they're like, okay, yeah, you're not doing that ever. So then, like, I think Mary Elizabeth Thornton, but I think Stephanie Shea mostly did that. Yeah. And I always feel a little bit guilty when I sign a Funko Pop that's sexy jutsu. I'm like, all right, ain't me. Thank you.
Did you still want to know the score on that game?
Yeah.
It is 21 your team to 0 halftime.
Yes!
So,
Right on! Old people, I went to Boston College with Doug Flutie. Anyone know that? Raise your hand. Thank you. I like you. The rest of you are dead to me.
okay, and then is there a dream role you've always wanted to have?
Bart Simpson, millionaire, 30 years.
31 for 31 seasons, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a cool role. I didn't audition for that, by the way. They went on strike, our union went on strike, and they sent out notices, and like, of course, I'm right in the pocket. But as a good union member, we're not gonna do that to other people. Other dream role. I mean, honestly, like, Naruto's amazing. I did a show called Jaker's The Adventures of Piggly which was I played an Irish pig. I have an Emmy for playing a pig. Thank you. That was a dream role. And then Perry, they just wrote the character for me. So I did do a pilot this year for ABC. It was going to be a primetime comedy, kind of almost maybe like replacing Modern Family. It was on camera, and it was so good, and they didn't pick it up because we started like we did camera and makeup tests, all that stuff, network reads, and literally the day after we were supposed to, we were doing the hair and makeup test. We were gonna have a cast dinner, and that was March 12th. And on March 13th, they shut it all down. And then I went back in late December, and we filmed it, but by then it kind of had lost a little steam, and so that would be fun. But you know, I don't know, I'll do anything basically. But yeah,
Cool.
thank you.
Thank you.
Is there music going?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of like hold music playing over here.
Oh, great, great.
I've been on hold with customer service for a while.
Oh, it's your phone. Okay.
Do you actually like ramen?
Yes. Tonkatsu. Not spicy. Funny thing is, when I get home from these conventions, or when I used to, when I did conventions, well, you know, but like, one of the things we would always do is like fly back really late on like Sunday nights, and then on Mondays, like, you know, it's too hard to get together to cook, so I had ramen like every Monday for like a long time. So yeah, I love it. Mostly when we do Naruto, the director and I, Mary Elizabeth, who's moving, we would be like, when it was about, the episode was about food, we'd be like, do you want sushi? Yeah. So we go to sushi at lunch or something like that.
Anime food is the best looking food in the world.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of hungry.
I don't know. Ramen after this?
I gotta go downstairs. I have a banana. Hi.
Hello. Okay, so I just got past Naruto Shippuden episode 209.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So there's a scene where Naruto hyperventilates.
Oh, yeah?
Like emotional stress. So I'm like, how did you do that? Did you actually have to hysterically like hyperventilate into
I'm neurotic.
like
Didn't you guys realize that? Yeah. You just have to do it with breath. And then that one, I was like, I have to sit down. Like, and I've done that a lot. Like a lot of those running, breathing things, you just get really kind of dizzy. And you're like, I gotta sit down.
I need a gallon of water.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's all about breath work, that kind of thing. Which is also something I think Naruto has made me a much better actor on camera as well as voice acting. Because he has had every single emotion known to man. And I have to tap into it quickly. We don't get the scripts beforehand. So it's cold reading. So if you're dyslexic or something like that, it would be a very hard job for you. So, you know, at one point, like I'll be running through the forest, and then, you know, 2 scenes later, I'll be like crying and screaming. So you just have to tap into that. And I'm very fortunate that our show is so well cast and the direction is so great that you're able to do it and you get better at it. That's all. Thank you.
So we have a couple minutes left, so we'd love to get to you two. So if just keep them super short, your questions, that'd be great. Thank you.
I'm a public school teacher that is planning my escape from my profession. Any advice on getting into voice acting?
Yeah, I tell people to take theater and definitely take improv. I am sure Salt Lake City has an improv company or two.
Lots.
Yeah, they do, yeah. And go see theater and improv, so you'll see people that are talented that can do different characters and emotions.
I'm a drama teacher.
You are? Oh, awesome. What's your name?
Shalise Craig.
Hi, are you an actor too?
Yes.
Oh.
And a choreographer and director.
Oh, don't try and choreography me. It's a losing battle. Wow, that's great. Thank you for doing that, because I think the arts are underappreciated, especially now with funding being cut, and it's sick, it's stupid. I mean, not to diss my own alma mater, but they've had 3 new football stadiums, And the theater's the same theater as when I went to school 30 years ago. So thank you for doing that. And you know, for students, I think there's so much opportunity. If someone out there, I usually get some voice actors here in the panels. If you want to be a voice actor, there are so many opportunities. There's so if you want to be a voiceactor.com, which is D. Bradley Baker is his name. He's a genius. He also does like amazing animal sounds, like anything you can imagine. I've had to do a bunch of sounds, like I did a dog in a movie with, I don't know, Big Sean or something. I don't know. Yeah, it was Big Sean. And, but, so the other person in the movie, I match her voice. Sometimes we do that too. So like I've matched voices for people. Like, for instance, I have a friend that does, Rosie O'Donnell is claustrophobic. And so she hates going in a booth and doing that. So like, she does Rosie O'Donnell's voice on toys, which is wild, right? And she can't tell anybody, but I just did. But you don't know. But so like Tom Hanks' brother does a lot of his dubbing work. They sound exactly like. Anyway, Steve Bloom teaches classes online, and it's bloomboxstudios, I think, .com. But B-L-U-M, Bloom. But the So You Want to Be a Voice Actor.com is kind of a comprehensive list of things. Also, I have a friend named Jack Plotnick who has a free thing online, which is more about on-camera stuff and advice. And you know, even though I was already established, I've done a lot of on-camera stuff, I went and audited his class because I felt a little, I'm going to take another class this fall with the casting director. And I think it's always good to sharpen your skills. As an actor, you never stop learning, and you know, you learn as much from bad actors as you do from good actors. Like if you see something and you're like, it's horrible, you know, don't do that. You know? So that's my advice.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right, lightning fast, what do you got?
Who was your, wait, no, sorry. What did you feel when Jaira died?
Pain, not that pain. I don't know, it's kind of devastating, and you know, it was surprising to me. I don't read the manga. A lot of the time when I was doing Naruto, I was on Shameless for some of it, and sometimes I would do Shameless at 4:45 in the morning was my call time. And then I'd work till noon, and then I'd go do lab rats till 7. And then once in a while, some of those days, I'd have to squeeze in a 2-hour Naruto session. So, which is the best problem to have. If you're an actor, you love it. Like, being busy is great. But I was surprised. That's why I don't read the manga. Especially during lab rats, they give us revisions every single night. And you have to memorize your lines, which it's pretty hard. And as you get older, it's even harder. Yeah, that was a big blow, I think, and kind of a surprise. I find out a lot of spoilers through the video games. I've done, I think, 46 video games for Naruto. Yeah. Have I played any of them? No. I want to hear myself scream. Over and over again. Well, I played it once in Sweden against a 7-year-old, and he beat me. 7-0. Then I walked right next door and did the panel, and his eyes were like, ah! Yeah, I mean, any of those deaths were kind of, any of those things were very emotional for me. We can do that.
Do we have time for one more? We do not have time for one more.
Yes, we do. One more.
I don't know what
Look
to
at
do.
it. Come on. I'll answer quickly.
Okay, quick.
Just one.
Can you say 1,000 years of death?
1,000 years of death! Guys, I'll be in my booth pretty much all day, unless I take a break. So if you want to stop by and chat, or you want to get an autograph, if you just want to chat, that's okay too. I don't know where it is. Good luck.